Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm taking part in the Stamp Around UK video hop, a group of UK demos who get together once a month on the first day of the month and do a video hop. So all the other links will be below my video. So once you've watched me, you can hop around all the other links. I recommend you make a cup of tea, just sit down and have a lovely 2 or 3 hours just looking through all the videos that people have posted. Some real lovely inspiration for you. This month our theme is using your scraps, and I made this card just a month ago for my youngest daughter, who was 20, how old was she, 26? I think she was 26. And I just used scraps of cardstock to cut out my letters. So I just went through my scrap boxes. Actually, I'm going to show you my scrap boxes in a sec. Let me just find the scraps that I'm using. Actually, I don't need any of them. So I just had lots of little scraps that I save that I could cut letters out with. Let me just show you. This is one of my scrap boxes. It's my Brights box, and I have bigger pieces underneath, but on the top I tend to just save all these little scraps. So this card is perfect for using up some of those scraps. So once you've got those and then you've die cut, I die cut 2 of each letter because I've mounted them on each other to make the letters just a little bit more thick and stand out. So these are the remains of my scraps after I'd cut all my letters out. And so I'm just going to show you what I did. Now I've cut out and stuck together most of the letters already. So they're all here, just in a range of colours of paper that I already had scraps of. And I'm just going to show you with the last Y what I did. So I'm just going to take some tweezers because it's just easier to do this. They're quite fiddly. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow on the back of this letter. So this is the final Y, like I said. And then this just makes them just a little bit more sturdy, makes them stand out from the card a little bit more. You could do 3 layers, you could even do 4 layers if you wanted, if you want them to stand out even more. But the die cutting would get a little bit tedious, I think, if you did that. But there, so that's my, they're all my letters ready to go. So let's make the card base and then we can get sticking them on. This time, when I did the previous card for my daughter, I just used a white background. Today I'm going to use Melon Mambo? Yes, Melon Mambo. Gosh, it's a long time since I've said that name. Oh, crash. Here's my trimmer. And I am going to cut this to 14 centimetres, which is about 5.5 inches if you want to do it in imperial. And I'm then going to score at 14. Again, 5.5 if you'd rather do that. And then once I burnish that, I will then see where I need to trim off. In my bone folder. Like so. And then just put this back. You probably can't see where that meets actually. Can you see? There's the... So I'm just going to put that back in and cut, and that'll be my 14 centimetre square card blank, which I need. I'm then going to take a piece of Whisper White. You can use it if you've got a scrap of thick, you can use that. If you've got the normal one, that will be absolutely fine as well. And I'm cutting this to 13. And this card is simplicity itself, except I thought it might be quite useful for some of you to show you how I place the letters. Some of you eagle-eyed viewers will see that I didn't quite place the happy centrally. It's kind of off, so this time I'm going to try and get them both lined up properly. So what I have done is I have measured the birthday. Now I've got it on here, it's slightly easier because of course I didn't have this before, and I can see that halfway, so this measures 10, and halfway is that first stick of the H, so that's where I'm going to aim to stick down first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure halfway through my card. So this is 13, so I'm going to mark 6.5, and this is going to go 2 centimetres. Actually, I might go 2.5. I might move it up a little bit. hoping that's going to look all right. So 2.5 centimetres. The other card was 2, but I think it could do with just being a little bit further up. And what I'm going to use is just a little bit of post-it tape. I don't think Post-it makes this anymore, but they do make, you can get on, if you search Post-it tape on Amazon, you will get an equivalent, which is what I'm using here. So there's my line so that I get my letters nice and straight, and there's the mark that I want to put it in the middle. And here's my H, and so I'm going to try and place that there with the first stick of my H being over the midpoint. It's little details like this that I make moves handmade cards into the professional category rather than the amateur. You want them to look professional. I wasn't pleased with the placement on my daughter's card. I have to say, I made it really quickly the night before her birthday, so I was in a bit of a rush. But I thought to show you on video, I would do it all very properly. So there's the H. Let's do the D next. So the H is cut out in Lemon Lime Twist. The D, the mostly brights colours I'm using. The D is in Daffodil Delight. And the joy of Stampin' Up! Colours is that the brights all coordinate with each other. They're all the sort of same hue. I don't know if it's the hue or the tone. Sometimes you can get colours that just don't go. But Stampin' Up! Colours, if you use the families, they will all go together and make your crafting look amazing, but actually the colour coordination does all the hard work for you. There we go. And then we're going to come in with this is a Subtles, this is Highland Heather. So just one, I've got a couple of others, or 2 others I think in Balmy Blue, which are Subtles, all the rest are brights. So my A was in Melon Mambo, my Y is Heather, Highland Heather. Now I need to make sure I spell this correctly. I'm dreading missing out a letter. Now I'm going to the T, so I'm going backwards along the line now. If you find your Tombow comes out too quickly, you can always put some on a silicone sheet or a Pringles lid. I use a lot of the time, and just use a cocktail stick or something to put a little bit of glue on. You don't want a lot of glue poking out here. There's my R, my T. Then we're going to go R. This is Azure Afternoon. So blue was in Balmy Blue. Did I say that? The Azure, the R is in Azure Afternoon. Oops, did not mean to do that. Like so. Let's just give that a wipe. Then we need an I. I've got an I here in Granny Apple Green. Having a discussion the other day in our team group, and people were saying how much they hate Granny Apple Green. I love it. I use it a lot, but can't please everyone. And then other people use a lot of the browns and the beiges. They're just really not my colours. This is much more me, this bright colours. And I am loving this alphabet. This is, did I say what this was? This is, oh, now, what is it called? My mind has gone blank, but I've got it here. Is Alphabet a la Mode, of course it is. Alphabet a la Mode. Whenever Stampin' Up! Bring out an alphabet set, I have to buy it. I just love them. Right, so that's our birthday, and that's pretty well centered on our card, so I'm quite pleased with that. Now, this one was meant to be at 7, I think, but I'm going to do it at 7, and since I went up half a centimetre, I'm going to go up half a centimetre. I'm going to do it at 7.5. Little, like I say, little things like this, getting all the measurements accurate, will make a real difference to your cards. So there's my line so that I get really straight lettering. And notice I haven't stuck this on my card blank yet, and that's in case I go wrong, and then I can just, I don't lose the card blank as well. I've just lost a piece of Whisper White. Right, and halfway, I'll mark it here this time. There we go, that's halfway. And halfway for Happy Birthday is this P. and I'm hoping that's now going to line up a lot better than it did on my daughter's card. We shall see. Let's move that more into vision. Oh, try that again. Hold it with the... There we go. So the stick of the P, the middle of happy. We've got another P. So the P again is in Daffodil Delight. The P here is in Pumpkin Pie, which I'm fairly sure, I haven't really got used to the new colours yet, but I'm fairly sure Pumpkin Pie is back in the Brights. Did move out for a bit into the Regals, I think it was. Very weird, but was it in Regals? Can't remember. Anyway, it's back in the Brights. Now I've got an A in Melon Mambo again. Some of these letters you get 2 of them in the die set, so you can cut them out both together. Others you'd have to run the dice through twice to get the 2 layers that you need. And then I've got Balmy Blue again. And then the last one is in one of my favourite colours, which I'm so glad didn't retire, which is Coastal Cabana. I love this colour. Just had my ensuite bathroom refurbished, and it was painted a very similar colour to Coastal Cabana before. This time I've gone for a soft grey, but I've just bought towels in this colour and I love it. So now the idea is that I can change the towels a bit more frequently, because I can just have whatever colour I like with the grey, whereas when it was painted Coastal Cabana, it was a bit of a problem to find the right colour towels. Right, happy with that, and that's much better centred than the last one. And so I can just put that on there. I think this might be going to my niece, who, now how old is she going to be? She's in her 20s. She's doing very well. She's a teacher. She teaches geology and environmental science, I think, in a 6th form college. So I think this is where this card is going to be going. I'm going to stick this on here. And I like that with the nice... and then I'm just going to do, like I did here, some black. I might do grey, actually. Maybe I'll use grey. I might use, what should we use? Grey granite. I'll do some grey granite. Oh, if I can get it out. And stars, and see what that looks like. Are you still in view? Yes. Knocked it a little bit. I'm sorry about that. Right, and the star comes from this set, Days to Remember. Just got a little flower, little hearts and little balloons. And so I'm just going to take that little heart. Little heart, it's not a heart. I'm going to take this little star and mount it. And just do a bit of stamping of stars. Might not be quite as in your face as the black was. Quite liking that. Of course you could, if you wanted to, emboss these in silver, which would look quite nice, but that would be quite labour intensive. So you can do as many or as few as you like. Like so. Is that enough, you reckon? Yeah, I think that's enough. And there you are. There is my card to use up my scraps. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing that today. A really good way to use up little scraps of cardstock. Really like that. If you'd like to see all the other videos in the video hop, just go down below. All the links are there. I've marked mine with "You Are Here," so you can see where you're starting and move on to the next one, or just start at the top of the list and go down. Everything that I've used is available to buy from Stampin' Up, and if you go below there'll be a link to my shop as well. And if you haven't come across me before, if you'd like to subscribe to my video channel, that would be great. Or if you pop over to my blog and follow it, then I always put my videos on there as well, so you won't miss one. Thanks so much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do come back soon, and I'll see you soon. Bye.